Imagine that you find yourself living in a house where things keep going wrong. You fix leaks in the roof, and in no time they're leaking again. The doors don't close right, windows get stuck, cracks appear, pipes keep breaking. You call experts to fix these problems over and over. Then you learn that during the building of your house there was an earthquake that made its very foundation unstable. Your house is without a firm base, and all these symptoms you've been working on are the result of that one thing. That's what trauma does to a person. Whenever we find ourselves in a situation where we want to have more control than we can, we feel stressed. Our brain and body shift into the fight or flight, crisis mode. But sometimes we can't run away and we can't fight. Like a rabbit trapped in a corner by a snake, we have only one option. We freeze. Our bodies produce all that emergency energy, but it ends up getting locked within us. Our brains shift into a super alarm state, but the alarm just keeps ringing because we can't respond to it. It's unlikely that any of us make it into adulthood without experiencing traumas. But for some of us, the trauma is so severe or so early or so constant that, like an earthquake, it shifts the very foundation on which we build ourselves. Research has shown that these habits of our body and brain, once they're set, can make us less able to deal with new stressful situations. Like the rabbit, we freeze, even when we could run away. The more we've built trauma into our foundations, the more easily we're re-traumatized. We can call professionals, as we did for our house, and begin trying to fix the symptoms. Can't sleep? Get some pills. Anxious? Depressed? Angry? There are pills for all of those. If your digestion is bad, or your elimination, or your ability to respond sexually, you treat the symptoms. You may be told it's a chemical imbalance in your brain, but nothing ever really makes things better. In fact, over time, you may actually feel your life is worse. Until one day someone tells you about foundations, and it makes so much sense. You can't trust others because early in your life, your brain learned it was dangerous to trust. Your brain and body can't respond to stress in a useful way because they only know how to freeze. You get diagnosed, you get treated, but you don't get better. After all, how do you fix a foundation after the house is built?